Hey, it's Frank DiTommaso here again, and welcome to my podcast, Real Talk with Frank DiTommaso. And on today's episode, I have Kathy Barzal, full-time real estate professional here at DiTommaso Real Estate, serving the needs of clients in Staten Island and New Jersey. So, Kathy, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Frank.
My pleasure. Glad to have you. And I know we've been working on this and trying to get this thing scheduled, right?
Yes.
And we got it together. So we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today.
Awesome. I'm happy to be here.
First, I want to mention is the fact that now you've been a top producer award winner with the Staten Island Board of Realtors for so many years now. And you recently decided to take your business into New Jersey.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that, but just a few things about you on a personal level, because I think that you're out there, you're working hard every day, you're working focused in your business, and you're a goal-oriented type of person. And what happens sometimes is that you get so caught up into your business, it becomes your way of life.
Yes.
That your clients know about you and your colleagues know about you, but it's nice for the general public to know more about you. So I want to ask you a few questions about you on a personal level.
Okay.
Let's start with this. Now, you're originally from Brooklyn,
Yes.
correct? And you worked in Manhattan
Yes,
in the hospitality industry.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I received my degree from hotel restaurant management, and I worked in the hotel industry for a few years, specifically for the Marriott. And it was a great experience. Totally loved working with people, and it was just an awesome experience. And when I decided to make a shift, real estate just seemed like it was like a natural fit because it's customer-based, it's client-based, just the way the hotel industry is. So for me, it was very fun. It was a lot of fun to change careers. Of course, exciting and nerve-wracking, but it was great. It was a great experience, and I really do use my degree in hospitality. I feel like every day, and the experiences I received working in that industry and making it over into real estate.
So it's almost like a natural fit.
Absolutely.
You develop those personal skills.
Yes.
And you're just redirecting them from one industry, which is a people person type of, like a personal type of industry, and you transition over to real estate, which is the same type of industry, really.
Correct.
You're dealing with people one-on-one, establishing relationships,
Yes.
and growing your business based on the service that you provide and the trust that you gain in them, and this is what helps your business grow.
Yes, definitely.
So you've been able to make that transition.
Yes, yes.
Look, to me, it looks pretty seamless. But I know the level of difficulty, so we all know it's not an easy thing to do.
Right.
So you decided to get your real estate license in 2019 in New Jersey.
Yes.
How's that working out so far?
Awesome. Totally love it. At first, I have to be honest, there was a lot of fear involved. I kind of was like in my own way. I was just concerned. Am I going to be able to service my clients the way I do in New York and Staten Island and in Brooklyn and Staten Island, the same in Jersey? So I was like nervous about that. I was like, well, this is going to be a big step for me. And I want to make sure I'm taking care of those clients the way I do here out there. But once I made the transition and got my first transaction under my belt, I was like, what was I so nervous about? Because it's exciting. It's great learning something new. I'm expanding my business, and I really do care about my clients. So what I was nervous about, it just kind of dissipated over time because their confidence in me and having your office help me and guide me and being a support system, that really wasn't anything to be nervous about. So it really was a great experience.
And you are who you are. It doesn't matter where you sell. New York,
Right.
New Jersey, it doesn't matter. You're still going to practice your business the same way you would anywhere.
Yes.
So we spoke recently about your business goals for 2020. And you mentioned to me that I guess maybe you didn't expect it, that your business was going to mushroom out the way it has.
Yes.
And now you have buyers looking to buy in New Jersey. You even have sellers looking to list their houses in New Jersey.
Yes.
And it's only January.
I know. Yeah, 2020 has definitely been an amazing start. Amazing.
So what's nice about that is you can also count that into your business plan. And I have to commend you because you're one of the few agents that takes the time every year to actually go through a business plan. And look, I mean, a business plan, as far as I'm concerned, could be 1 page, it could be 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to see people do it, period. And for most people, it's like pulling teeth. But for you, you're the type of person that comes to me and says, Frank, I'd like you to help go over my business plan with me.
Yes.
Which I think is a terrific thing. And it shows. Because it translates into how you work your business, how seriously you take it, how professional you are in the business. And look what's happening. You're in a foreign area now in New Jersey. People hardly know you there, although they're going to know you very soon. And you have business going on down there. And it's taken off tremendously, probably more than anybody else that I know that's gotten their real estate license in New Jersey recently. And here you are, like, you know, with buyers and sellers, like you do in Staten Island, in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually amazing because when I did my business plan in December, and New Jersey was like a little piece of it. But this past week, I've had to tune those goals up a little bit and restructured them a little bit. And now New Jersey is almost half of my business goals for this year. So because I'm just having such a positive reaction from my clients who either want to go to New Jersey or actually want to sell their property in Jersey. So they're reaching out to me.
And how are they even knowing about it?
Word of mouth. And then, of course, you know, me just keeping in touch with my clients and letting them know that I was licensed and what's going on. And it's just basically, again, it comes back to that hospitality piece of just staying in touch with your clients and your customers and letting them know that, yes, I'm still licensed, I'm still here, and yes, I can still help them with their real estate needs, no matter if they're in New York or New Jersey.
That's a great pearl. Whether you're a real estate professional listening to this podcast, or if you're a potential buyer or seller hearing what you have to say. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm looking to buy or sell, you're the type of person I want right now to help me.
Oh, thank you.
So, well, you know, that's it. And you know, the purpose of the show is to add value. And that's what, like I said recently when I did that Becoming an Agent podcast,
yes,
I talked about that. And you're the type of person that fits that criteria. So I commend you for that, and I commend you for diving into an unknown territory. Even though, like, we visited New Jersey, mm-hmm. You know, we spend a lot of our time down the Jersey Shore, and we know New Jersey.
Yes,
we're in Staten Island, and we're in Brooklyn, and let's call it New York City, mm-hmm. And it's only right over the bridge. It's not far,
right? So
we know New Jersey pretty well, but to actually work the New Jersey real estate markets, it's kind of foreign to a certain degree, but you know, you learn pretty quickly.
Yes, definitely.
Just like when you jump into a pool and you learn how to swim pretty quickly.
Yep.
It's not much different.
Exactly.
I would like to switch gears a little bit and go back to the personal side.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if many people know this about you, but during Hurricane Sandy back in 2012, you and your family suffered a hardship.
Yes, we did.
And it was something that you sometimes refer to. And I think people should know that. I think they should know what you went through, how you were able to overcome such a awful circumstance, mm-hmm. which was bad for the whole area, the coastal areas, but New Jersey, New York, and it affected all of our businesses. And you were pretty affected by that.
Yes.
I know what you went through. We were friends at the time.
Yes.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So basically, we had 9 feet of water in our basement into our first floor. We moved everything out of our basement thinking, oh, if it's even a little bad, if we get a little water, we'll be fine. Well, unfortunately, we had 9 feet of water. We were home. We had to be rescued in the middle of the night by ESU in a canoe. We lost our cars. It was definitely it was emotional, mentally draining, but it was also a very big financial hit for us as well. But we couldn't go back. You know, it was like a very traumatic event for our family. And so we never went back to that house. We just kind of, you know, we sold it to an investor and moved on. We went into an apartment and regrouped for a couple of years until we could purchase another house. During that time, people like yourself and many other people in the community reached out, friends, family, strangers, and helped us get on our feet. That was more overwhelming to us than the event of living through Sandy and the months and months afterwards of the recovery from Sandy. Having friends, family, strangers do so much and offer so much to us. We were brought to tears so many times just from people's generosity and how caring. We would get things in the mail from strangers, dishes, checks, gift cards. And you hope that your friends and family are going to be there if you ever hit a hard time, but to have that extension out to people you don't even know, it changed our lives. At any moment, your life could change drastically. And when we hear of other families going through a hardship, we like to react to that and we like to pay it forward.
And I admire you for the courage that you had. And it is comforting to know, you did mention it, that people step up and are willing to help.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to show you that there are some good people out there.
Yes.
And going forward, I've noticed that you've taken that to a different degree. Unlike most people who don't suffer hardships like that, you decided that you don't want to see other people to have to go through what you went through.
Mm-hmm.
So you joined different fundraising and community activities and organizations like the Giving Circle.
Yes.
Which I think is awesome. Talk a little bit about that.
I was introduced to the Staten Island Giving Circle not long after Sandy, and they've been around for over 10 years. And they're not-for-profit, grassroots. Basically, the founder, about 11 years ago, invited some friends over into her living room and said, how can we help the underserved of Staten Island? Veterans, homeless, seniors, underserved children on the island. How can we help people? And just a bunch of families that got together to make a difference. And from that, they have 950 members strong now on Staten Island.
I didn't realize it was that big.
Yes. And they do so much. They really, their outreach is incredible. No one takes a salary. Everything's 100% flow through. So if someone donates $100, that $100 goes to wherever they want it to go to any one of their initiatives. So it's really it's such a great organization, and it's something that I love because, number one, where you want the money to go is getting there, right? So if you hear of a family that's suffering a hardship, or maybe they had a fire, or there was something going on in the family that they need a little extra help, you can donate and know that 100% of what you're donating is going right to that family. And again, going back to what we went through, if it wasn't for people helping us get on our feet, we wouldn't have been able to recover as quickly, because we know of other people that they're still recovering from back then. So what I love about getting back now to the Giving Circle is they help people recover. And just like people helped us recover, this Staten Island Giving Circle has been a great outlet for my family to get involved, to know that we're really making a difference or trying to make a difference to other families in Staten Island.
It's comforting to know that there are people out there that do care.
A lot of people care.
And I can see how it changed your life. Mm-hmm. We're on the grind every day doing what we do. But then there's the personal side, the human side.
Yes.
And you pay attention to that more so than most. And a lot of people recognize you for that. I don't know if you realize that or not, but they know what you do. And they know that what you do comes from the heart.
Thank you.
So, yeah, listen, we sell real estate. We have hobbies and interests. But that's something special that you do. It comes from the heart. And it's something that I think people need to know about you. Because you're a real estate professional. Everybody knows that. But you're also a professional in the arena of giving, of helping others. You went through it, you experienced it, you saw what it's like, and I hope to God's sake that never happens again, because it hurt all of us. That was awful.
Yes.
And we're good for you, Kathy. Great job.
Thank you.
Yep. And going back to business, right? Let's talk a little bit about business again. What do you hope to accomplish this year? Between New Jersey, between Staten Island and Brooklyn. Any challenges that you're looking to accomplish this year?
Yes. So I want to step up my level of service to my clients here and New Jersey. So I have some things, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because I have some things, populating there, but I definitely want to grow my New Jersey business, definitely. Where it was funny, a year ago, it was like I was just getting my license. Now I'm looking to expand drastically out there because I really feel like this is such a great opportunity. We have your office that's so awesome and so supportive.
Thank you.
And it's just...
We try.
Yeah, and do a great job at it. Just this morning, I got a call from your office just going over my latest deal that was accepted in New Jersey. That we're in actually attorney review. We're in contract right now. And, first thing this morning, got the phone call. Just want to go over the details, thanking me for sending over the paperwork. It was great. So if I have that support, why not continue, why not just do it? Just jump in with really, like you said, like both feet and expand, because I feel like that's where a lot of people are naturally going. As we know, they go from Brooklyn to Staten Island to Jersey. So I feel like there's a lot of growth potential there that I really didn't think about a year ago. It was kind of like, okay, goals this year, get my license. Now my goals, like I said, have just changed this past week of I want to be more, I don't want to use the term aggressive, but just growth.
And
Jersey.
There's something else that I don't want to forget to talk. I don't want to forget talking about today is the seminars that you do.
Yes.
For the seniors. I think that's special. You don't see too much of that going on around here, and there are people that fit that category that need a better understanding of how that works.
Yes.
Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So I have my senior real estate specialist designation from the National Association of Realtors. And Veronica, who I work with, Veronica Valenzano, she has it also. And what we do is we actually speak with seniors and educate them the process of downsizing. Because a lot of times seniors, they may have been in their house for a very long time and maybe they have a lot of equity. So there's that piece of it, that there's capital gains. It's not just a traditional sell and buy, because there's a lot more around it. A lot of times it's very emotional. There's a lot of emotional clearing going on because, this is where they've raised their families.
It's tough to let go.
It's tough to let go. A lot of times there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of emotional connection. And when they're downsizing, they can't take all their personal items with them. So we walk them through and we just want to educate them on the process, and that it's just not as, I don't want to say as easy, but just putting it up and selling it. They really have to speak to their accountant. They have to speak to their real estate attorney. They have to speak to, obviously a realtor. There's many components involved potentially with a senior downsizing.
Well, it sounds great. And I wish you all the best this year. It sounds like you've got a lot on your plate. You're certainly focused and know what you want this year. And I look forward to those seminars because they are educational. I've been to 2 of them, and you do a great job. And I recommend anybody that's interested in learning about downsizing, check out these events that Kathy and Veronica hold. And the 2 of them also bring professionals that as a supplement to these seminars to give a broader understanding of what's involved. Of course, Kathy and Veronica bring the aspect of the real estate transaction, but they also bring attorneys for the legal. They bring accountants for for tax purposes and estate planning, and
Yes.
and various professionals that can help in the process. So you don't want to miss that if you get an opportunity and you hear Kathy advertising it. I would suggest definitely take advantage of that. Kath, thanks very much for being on the show today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Frank. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
My pleasure. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And if anybody is interested in reaching out to Kathy for any real estate needs, whether buying or selling or just plain advice, give Kathy a call today. Kath, what's your cell?
917-648-5279.
And you can reach Kathy at DiTommaso.com. She has her own website. Kathy is a real estate professional serving New York and New Jersey. You can reach us at DiTommaso Real Estate on Facebook and DiTommaso Real Estate NJ. And on Instagram, DiTommaso_real_estate. And be sure to download and subscribe. See you on the next episode of Real Talk with Frank DiTommaso.